Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of Sisters of Legacy. We're gonna run our intro, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned. All right, ladies, we are back. So, welcome again, guys, to this week's edition of Sisters of Legacy. I am one of your hosts, Samantha. You have, of course, the wonderful Shanetta McNair
Hi.
and Trina Taylor.
Good evening.
So, guys, thank you for joining us. We're going to have an exciting show tonight. We have a guest for you. Her name is Patrice Greene, and we are going to talk about couponing. Now, I know that seems like a woman's thing or whatever, but I've always been totally fascinated with the idea. And then I saw the movie, it was called Queen Pins. It's how they started with couponing. Now, of course, their couponing went left and they turned it illegal and something, but the movie was really, really fascinating because they like went from one little thing to making all this money. And I don't know, but I've always been fascinated with the idea. So Patrice is going to come on and she's going to share her wealth of knowledge with us and answer our questions. So we have our guest, Patrice Green. Hi, Patrice. How are you tonight? Okay. Your mic, we don't hear you.
Let me tell you how I was backstage and I muted myself to make sure
There you go.
we didn't have any technical issues tonight. That's good
I
time.
totally understand. Listen, navigating this world gets a little difficult sometimes.
Yeah, I stay
It
in my lane.
definitely can. But thank you for coming on. Thank you for being willing to share. So have you seen the movie Queen Pins?
Let me explain to y'all. When I saw that movie, because I wrote a book,
Okay.
and the book is called Death of a Couponer. The
Wow.
beginning of that movie, I swore for God that they took my book and didn't give the
Wow.
sister her rights. But then I kept watching and I was like, okay, I see where it's about the same. They would stay on the same line. No, I ain't commit nobody's fraud. There's no fraud written in there. I know how that works though, but I'm not promoting that. But yeah. I'm not promoting that. But the movie was really good. And the fact that it's a true story
Right.
and the fact that there is so much that can be said about women that coupon and then, flip it in a way to make air quote the side hustle. I'm not sure if you ladies are familiar with it, but right during the pandemic or a little bit before, people were selling what they call household bundles. They were selling the laundry detergent, dish detergent, maybe packs of Pampers, wipes, because we bought it for pennies on the dollar. We know there's none in the store. So we, as the couponers, were the hot commodity.
Oh,
To
okay.
the point my family was knocking on my door, offering to buy my toilet tissue, whether it be by the roll or it be by the packs. But I digress. I was like, I told y'all to get on board.
Right.
I try to make sure my house stays recession proof. That is the biggest thing.
Wow. Okay. So I didn't know you had a book.
Yeah.
So and you said it's called Death of a Couponer.
Yes. What it is based off of couponing gone wrong.
Okay.
Now, it's a play on words. When I say death of a couponer, is basically how these ladies, there's three different ladies that are described within the book. These are and it is a parody basically on how each one of those ladies happen to have the same type of drive as most couponers do.
Okay.
There is the overachiever, the person that has to have the most of this, the most of that, and then they blew their budget, but yet they got all this stuff.
Okay.
And you have the person that wants to, they're only doing it to support their family,
Okay.
and then there's my story at the end. So that's why I made sure it was 3. I told about the legacy of it, how we started in our family doing so, and how I went well past what was traditionally passed on. So that's the book. And the death of it part, the air quote, is basically what draws you to the laughter. There's also tips in there as well. So you're not just getting a funny story. You're actually going to be like, oh, that's how you do it? Oh, okay, hold on. Let me jot that down or highlight your book. It's not just
Okay.
a quick read. Um, it's actually some knowledge in there. No need to have
Okay. And how do we
getting
get your
from it.
book?
All right. So I don't know if you're familiar with a Bitly link, but it is done that way. I'm autographing them. That's what I've been doing for like the last 2 months now.
Okay.
So if you go to bit.ly, it is
Okay. Hold on. You
I
gotta
got
go slow so I can type it in.
Would you like me
bit.ly.
to couponer book 17.
Honor 17.
Right.
So bit.ly.
All lowercase letters.
Couponer
Couponer
book.
book 17.
Okay.
What happens is once you order, I
Mhm.
will autograph it and give you a gift and mail it out to you. It's on Amazon. You get no
Oh,
perks from Amazon at all.
okay.
So if you order it in, thank you. When you purchase it from the site,
Mhm.
we already know that you're interested in couponing. So we'll give you a gift as well as, of course, sign your book and get you started.
Are there any slashes that should be in there?
Classes?
Slash,
Oh,
like
no, oh,
slash
yes.
H.
bit.ly/. I apologize.
Oh, okay. All right, my assistant's gonna have to fix that.
That's all right.
bit
Mhm.
dot ly /
Couponer book
couponer book
17.
17. Okay.
And ironically,
So
I didn't clean my desk off. I don't know if you ladies know what that's like, but all your stuff is put somewhere else. I would have showed you the cover of the book. But yes, it is on there. It's an easy read, and it also has tips inside, what makes it really fun for you to have the multi-book.
okay, so let's try to start from the beginning and see
I'm
how
here.
far into the info we can get. So how did you get into couponing?
Okay. So it is actually something that my family traditionally has done.
So like your
Um,
mom.
so it goes further than her.
Okay.
It actually goes to my great aunts.
Oh,
My great aunts, because I don't know, we are breeders. So there is a lot of us. When I say there is 6 children from one aunt, 8 from another aunt, and 4 from another aunt, they had a lot of children. So everyone was not at a point where you can eat off the land. So you had to figure out how was it that you were going to take this check that only you and your husband had, and you were going to stretch it so that you could still buy clothing, pay the utility bills, maybe have a fun night out. That still holds to this day as a common conversation for us as women, or well, not just say women now, but households in general. So what happened is I sat at their feet without paying attention. Back in the day, when I say back in the day, I'm only speaking from my age bracket. They had coupons that had absolutely no expiration date. I still have some just for nostalgic purposes, but they had coupons that had no expiration date. So we go to the point that my mom, my aunties, they'd be like, well, what are your babies eating now? Be like, oh, well, they're eating trick cereal. They're eating this, that, and the third. So if my auntie who lives in New York saw that something I need in Philadelphia, she would then mail me coupons, to make sure that I was able to save what I needed to save. And if I had something she needed, we then returned the favor. I saw that process, thought it was actually pretty cool. I didn't understand money at that time, but I just thought it was cool. I can get something for next to nothing because at that age bracket, you're broke. So, anything we can pretty much get that most children couldn't have, like name brand cereal. Some people were shopping in, that no frills aisle to actually have what you wanted to have and be in line with those that are, basically having what you don't. It was fun. And then it just became one of those things where it was constant. I moved into my home in 10. And I, as most people, was not quite educated in knowing what I was supposed to have in the sense of a budget. I know that's a cuss word to some, but it's a beautiful word now that I know it. I didn't have a budget. I couldn't figure out how was I trying to feed my 3 children on this one check. You got tired. They wasn't trying to give you any public assistance. So you have to figure out what happened. And then you do what you do. You go back to your fundamentals. That's where most of us fail. We don't go back to the fundamentals. What doesn't look so cute and cool, but it actually worked. Right. And that's pretty much how I got started. And then I got to the point that I got so good. I toured 2 or 3 girlfriends. And when I saw them still doing it, I said, let's go. 2016, I started making it a business. And that's how we're here.
Okay, so you said making it a business. How does that work?
Making it a business in sense of, I realized that God gave us all gifts. Mm-hmm. I was taught this gift without knowing I was taught this gift. And then I pushed it forward. Mm-hmm. You know, he said a person is worthy of their labor. Well, I'm labored. I done did this for years so that you don't have to struggle. I never beat anybody over the head for the price, but I wanted to make sure you got something out of what, you know, like I saw myself and so many other women in the supermarket or just hearing conversation at school with your children. So I said, why not? So I've taught 2 coupon classes. Again, I wrote the book. I have checklists. I have so many other things that I've done back in that time frame. So yeah, that's how it became the business. It became a business. It gets to the point now I'm still in a supermarket telling people free stuff to that extent. It's fun for me. I don't know.
Okay, so let me ask a question because I know growing up, you know, on Sunday you get the paper, you used to have all these coupons in there. Mm-hmm. Where do you get coupons now? Because
you still get them in the Sunday paper.
Oh, okay.
But the beauty of the now is a lot of stuff is digital. It's all on your phone. So with things being on your phone, you may not, you know, you have the rewards cards. There's a whole thing of called timing. Also knowing when a sale is actually a sale. There's a whole lot of steps that you can go through. The biggest steps that I will definitely give you is know what goes on inside your home. Like if you have children that eat cereal, like religiously, know how much cereal your children are going through. Then you would know, then your next step would be to learn the timing. Every store has its own timing of sales between every 8 to 12 weeks is when that sale recycles. So if you bought cereal now and it was like, we'll just say $1.50, just know how much cereal your children choose to eat or how you do your meal plans to stretch it out. Because in around about 8 weeks again, they're going to hit you with that same kind of sale. So that way I keep stuff like this by me when I'm always having some kind of example. This was after the coupon. It was like $1.75. If you note it on any circular, wow, you guys got me with everything in front of me. All right. So with any circular, that's how bad I am. With any circular, there's always the number 4. 4 is your magic number. They'll tell you, oh, well, you got a limit of 4, a variety of 4. Maybe you ladies are familiar with that. So why not buy 4? Because you don't use this frequently. This is toilet bowl cleaner. It actually can be used for other things, but it's toilet bowl cleaner. You're not cleaning your toilet bowl with this every single day to the point that you need to use it. But it's something that your family uses constantly. So what you would do is you're like, okay, this particular week, it's $1.50. You would buy 4, or you would, in this sense, you'd be like, AAD, I'm gonna need you to download this rewards, you know. So now you got 4 additional ones because of his number. So now you have 8. It then goes in what we call a stockpile, and you don't have to buy any for who knows how long. And that's how you stretch the budget in your house, because this is now a product that you don't have to purchase. Hopefully I didn't confuse you. I see your light bulbs going off like, wait a minute, like this. But that's how you do it. That is actually how you do it.
Okay.
But you can
so you actually buy a Sunday paper?
You go to every state has a Dollar Tree. Save yourself.
Okay.
They're $1.25 at every Dollar Tree. You go to Rite Aid or you go to a Rite Aid, or you go to some other type of convenience store, your local supermarket. newspapers have been ranging from $3.75 to $5.75. And the thing about it is the amount of coupons they give in the circulars are really not nearly what they used to be. The
Right.
value of a coupon has changed. Um, the frequency as the length has changed because a lot of companies have hurt during the pandemic because they like, okay, people weren't working, so they weren't purchasing, so they took a hit. Toilet paper was flipping over faster than they could actually make it.
Right.
Excuse me. So at that point, it's one of those things where you have to do that. So you rely on reward cards, you rely on timing, you rely on coupon.com. Actually, it's still a thing and it exists, and you can still print out paper coupons and take them in your store and use them to purchase your items. But the biggest thing right now is timing. Once you learn the timing and when your store is actually giving something, then you make it work for what happens in your household.
Okay, so um like when I see coupons, and I rarely do, but when I do see them, like
Mhm.
it never seems like there's any coupons for things that I use. Like I never, like now when I go to a store, buy one get one free is like my best friend. That's the closest, to a coupon that like I've come. But I don't ever, and I'm sure it's because I'm not looking or I'm not looking in the right place. I don't ever really see coupons for things that I use. Like,
Okay.
they send out the little circulars. They come
Yeah.
with like all these coupons in it. We don't use none of that stuff.
Okay. So give me an example of something that you want, that you look for.
Probably cereal for these kids. Like, I
I
mean,
could see because
like,
your kids are younger, much younger than mine.
yeah, my kids are, how old are they? 14 and about to be 13.
I'm
So 14 and 12.
I about to say I know how old your children. As I said, I have 25,
Oh,
22,
oh
and
yeah.
21. So, ma'am, but they still eat cereal. So don't get it twisted. They still eat cereal. But no, with that, that's definitely a timing thing. They don't have actual paper coupons too often for cereal.
Okay.
So what you do is if you do, you guys are in the South, you're in Georgia. So you might have Publix,
Right.
right? So with this is how much I'm into this. I have a Publix account. I don't need it, but I can always clip coupons for y'all. Every supermarket in the world, I got it. I'll clip coupons. Y'all can use the number. But what you do is you time it with the circular. If
Mhm.
the circular says this, the coupon, the cereal has, I don't know, 50 cents off to make it $2,
Mhm.
then you buy enough. You buy the four. You make the four
Right.
make sense. If you have a budget in your home, again, use the people around you sometimes because it has changed. You're not going to have too many paper coupons coming quite as much as they used to, but they're there. Because again, they have that short extension of when it can be used. So that's when you use your lovely husband. Hey, honey, um, let's register you for Publix. If you're not, I'll register for Publix, and you guys get double the savings. You have to learn how to use the system in its own way. So you'd be like, okay, you get these four on a different transaction. I'll get these four on a different transaction. Maybe you only need laundry detergent that's only good for one use, but it's not something, something of that nature. Do it that way. Or note how much it actually is and see if your local Walmart has it cheaper. Note if another supermarket within the area has it cheaper. You'll be surprised. Sometimes you do have to fish a little bit, but if you know how much your target point is, like most cereal here, I'm in Philadelphia. Most of our cheapest ones are $1.99. So
Okay.
when it's $1.99, I'm instantly buying four. Everybody can have their own box. I could care less. Something of that nature. But it's to the point that it makes sense in my house. The price point is low enough for me to buy enough to stretch for basically the entire month because that's not all they're eating. So once you do that, you can, be like, okay, four might do because I'm not sure they're eating cereal every morning. And if they're not, that's what I'm saying. So you get a chance to make a meal prep. So they may have cereal one morning. Y'all might have time for school, might have an egg sandwich, or you might have pancakes, French toast, whatever. So you kind of mix it up. So they're not eating cereal 30 days out the month.
All right.
So you got to look at it that way. Look around, take a moment, take a breath. Like I came up with this strategy called take a seat. Hold on. Are there items
So
to
the question is, are there items that are best to be bought in certain seasons?
like basic items? Okay,
Yeah.
yes, everything does have a timing.
Okay.
March is basically seafood. Seafood is usually cheaper for that
Oh,
time. In a sense of, I hate to say cans. If you're into canned foods, that's usually in the end of the summer. I'm not either, but it's usually into the end of the summer, and at that point, they'll do like 10 cans or whatever. Um, in the sense of meat, during the holidays, everything is higher. So,
right.
like, I'm getting ready to do this Black Friday challenge, which is basically a spending freeze, teaching people how to only purchase what they really need and learn how to put something to the side so you don't go and burn yourself out or blow a whole paycheck trying to do something for your family for the holidays.
Right.
There's a way that all that can be done. But in the sense of seasonal, this is the time because you're getting ready to start putting out, what is this today? I'm blind to a calendar. Today is the 6th. So somewhere right before the Halloween season, they'll start throwing out turkeys. Turkeys are going to be cheaper then.
Right.
I ask you not to really, unless you're that shopper, don't fall for the, hey, I got to spend $400. Yeah, that's the thing now. You have to spend about $400 to $600 to get a free turkey. A turkey is only $32. So don't fall for it. A turkey is only $32. So think about that when you see those things. I'm like, oh wow, you'd see it on your receipt or you'll see it in the circulars or something like that. And they'll be like, oh, if I spend that, I can get either a ham, a chicken, or a turkey.
Oh,
Wow, that sounds amazing, right? A
sure.
turkey's only like $32. Just go buy the stinking turkey.
Right. You're right about that.
Yeah, buy the turkey. You're gonna fight yourself to purchase things that you normally don't need to try to race up your grocery bill for something that only costs you $32.
Gotcha.
You know
So
what I mean?
do you work? Like, do you also work like work a
Yep,
job?
and I teach in there too.
Wait, say that again.
I work a regular 9 to 5, and I teach in there as well.
No, I mean I was just asking because some of it seemed like, is it as time consuming as it sounds?
It can be. It depends on if they have the know-how.
Okay.
Okay. So one of my biggest things is I always have a checklist, right? I know what I need. I know what I want. I'd use a timer. In the sense of timing, I'm like, okay, well, we don't need as much body wash. Like right now where we live at, Arm & Hammer body wash is 99 cents, right? I'm about to go lose the bank on it. I set aside $10 and I'm going to get 10. Once you learn what the shelf life is on stuff like that, like body wash doesn't go bad for about a year.
Right.
If it's stored properly. So if I buy 10 for 99 cents, I don't know if y'all have females in your house, but we tend to wash frequently, want to make sure make sure we smell nice, whether it's just for us or whatever, or they have the men's fragrance. But think about it, if you can get in the circular, it'll say 4, 4, and 4. Why not? If it's something that you like, get enough to make it make sense in your house. So I won't have to buy body wash for at least 2 months. So if the kids are out playing, and kids, as our grannies used to say, you smell like outside. You don't care. You don't care if they take another shower and use up the soap because it was 99 cents. It stretches, and you have enough of your surplus. That's the whole premise of couponing, is to gain a stockpile. It's not just to be couponing just to save. You want to be able to be like, we ran out of this. No worries. Let me just go downstairs and get one off the shelf. And then when you get to a certain amount left down there, you want to get ready, or your 8 to 12 weeks of whatever your product is, and you want to get ready to buy some more. So that's the logic of it. Knowing what your household needs, knowing what's the sale and what's not a sale. and your amounts. Biggest parts.
Gotcha.
I think something you said just now is really important when you talked about knowing what's not a sale and what is a sale. I know with trying to teach my children, I tell them go run in the store and get this and that and the third, and they come back with the smallest thing. Didn't look at how many ounces you get for this. I'm like, why would you get that? If you got the bigger one, it would have cost us. So I have to tell them, you got to look and see how many ounces and then kind of do a little calculation in your head to make sure we get the best price. They just get the first thing in the middle. Look down where the bigger ones are. You got to look down or look up, not eye level, because eye level is where they try to get you.
So how old are your children, Katrina?
18 and 22.
Oh, this is prime time for them.
Yes, because right now they just go get what they just grab what you need. I'm like, no, you do the calculation and see. Okay, so only $1 more, but you're getting 10 more ounces. You got to do the math.
You're training them right. You're training up a child right. Because my oldest child is a girl, and my youngest is a girl. My son, he hears me.
The boy.
Right. He does the boy thing. Listen, I'm happy that he has found a soap that he enjoys. I think every mother across the land knows exactly what I'm speaking of.
Yes.
Oh, son, you like Old Spice? Let me find you a deal on some Old Spice.
Right.
That's what we working with. I'm gonna get you right there. I'm gonna get you all the Old Spice to the deodorant, to the lotion, whatever.
Right.
So my young ladies went to the market, and I was on travel because I had to speak. And she called me. She was like, "Mom, I'm going to this particular market. What's on sale?" I'm like, "What?" I said, "Are you out the house?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm on my way there." I'm like, "Well, why didn't you leave? Why didn't you start and sit still and look and see what they had on sale?" So now I'm doing this. I'm like, "Okay, well, you guys do this, do this." Well, look, if you buy the ice cream, I'm screenshotting stuff. But you buy the ice cream, I'm gonna click the coupons on myself. I think that's just a headache. But the beauty was, I was very thankful that they realized, what the prices were. That's why I said, keep going with them, Trina. It's going to irritate your skin, but just keep going for it. Because when they out of your house, it'll really click.
Right.
Definitely really click when they realize they only have $25 to do something, but they know they still have to eat. So they'll start to look at value a little differently. So that's why I say it's going to, as a parent, it drives you bonkers because, of course, we want our children to have the best knowledge. But just you're doing absolutely correct with them. Knowing what's right, what's not, understanding how money actually works. Because I see many of women and men just go to the store and don't care. They just pick it up off the shelf and they buy in abundance, which pretty much tells me you either don't know, you don't have a budget, or you just really don't care. Like, I just want this. And, maybe your money is flowing to the point you don't need your money to go somewhere else. So it's always a scenario of some people just don't know.
Yeah.
They may just not know. So, I mean, it's a plethora of scenarios out there for that, but you're doing.
So before you talked a little bit about during the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
And so as a couponer, you were kind of limited with a lot of things. How was that for you?
The blessing with that, honestly, and it's truly not to brag, I didn't feel it.
Okay.
It's really not a bragging point, because I know I saw people around me hurting. And I was blessed to be in a position where I could assist. If they needed toilet tissue, I checked myself first, because I'm not going to do it out for giving everyone else.
Right.
But I was able. I already had Lysol, just on the nature of children. I have cats, things like that. Toilet tissue, I already keep on stock for myself. 3 of the 20 packs. It sounds weird, but I keep that because I just never know. And I know to the point that it's usually ranging, even when it's on sale, from $11.99 to $13.99. So when I courted and it was $9.99,
right,
I purchased enough. I know people were looking at me like I was crazy, but I purchased enough well before knowing anything about a pandemic, that would sustain my household to the point that I wouldn't have thought about having to buy a toilet tissue for some time. Same thing with paper towels. Food is always a little different because it depends on the fluctuation of how you eat, with events, things like that. But we still didn't hurt too much with that either. But the necessities, laundry detergent, toilet tissue, paper towels, dish detergent, body washes, lotions, deodorants, shampoos, we didn't hurt for any of that. So that's why I said, even if you just start a little bit, if you just bought your favorite shampoo and it's at a low price point, I push for you to buy at least 4. If that's what the limit is that you're told you can purchase, please do 4. You'll see what I'm talking about, especially if it's something that's frequently done in your homes. God does not want us to lack at all. So he says people perish from the lack of knowledge. Hear me out. Get yourself, the magic number is 4. If 4 is it. I told my auntie, she didn't believe me. And now she's like, I guess I should have brought it. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, of course I still gave. But yeah, the pandemic didn't affect us. I have pictures of bare shelves, of bare this was me walking through the store because I was trying to find it for other family members that weren't able to get out. The price of the Lysol disinfectant wipes was through the roof. They didn't want you to have but like 1 or 2. So I was tag teaming with people to go to the market with me. My now fiance is like, we was at the market calling people, yo, you need this? Yeah, we need that. Okay, we're gonna work it out for you. Because if it's at this one store, maybe there's another store down the mile. Like, we became like, I guess, like a rescue mission almost. We were helping others because we understood, the need was there. It was just him and his son in his house. So they weren't worrying about toilet tissue or paper towels or nothing like that. But, in a house of 4, because it's me and my 3 children, you have to think about it. So that's why I'm like, please start. If you've never started, start with something small, start with something you like, and just watch it. Start with something you like, pick 4, watch it, because honestly, I'm trying to stay recession proof. They don't know what's going on with a lot of things that's happening right now in the world. Right. And I don't want to see anyone I know that's able to not prevent it. Everything does not have to be store name brand. I mean, name brand. Sometimes the store brand is just as great, if not better at times. But if it's so that if you need to buy, we'll say, I forgot what the Publix brand name is for the store, but if the Publix toilet tissue makes sense versus Scott's in your household and it don't mess up your septic tank or anything like that, you may need to shift. Some of us are name hogs. I'm guilty because I only like Hellman's mayonnaise. So
right,
I get it. Hellman's the best.
There's some things that cannot be off-brand,
and so when you know that, you have to learn the price point for that. Like, how much am I actually going to need with this? Can it hold off? Can I wait? I'm gonna look at the circular for the next week and see if it's there, or like, you have to. It's a lot of strategies to it, but it's so worth it. Once you get into a rhythm of it, everything becomes second nature. Everything becomes second nature. It's a beautiful thing. Beautiful.
Do you also load like coupons onto your like supermarket card, like the digital coupons? See, now my supermarket Stop and Shop,
okay,
they make you load your digital coupons on 24 hours beforehand. And that throws me off because I'm kind of like we need, and then I'll just take my little list and go to the store, as opposed to now I got to plan ahead and then wait 24 hours. So I'm seeing I have to plan, and that's really not my style. But I see it would have to start planning ahead more than just, here's my little list, I'm running to the store.
Well, let me give you a quick solution for that. I know this sounds a little, we all watch TV to some extent, right? You got 2 minutes between a commercial. You have to go to the store at some point. Why not just go and I am a serial button pusher. I will click every button underneath there and load every coupon. Reason why I do that is because what you don't need now, sometimes they have a coupon for, and it actually lasts longer than the sale. So say today is Thursday. Most sales circulars go from Sunday to Saturday, we'll say. Well, you may not need toilet tissue. It depends on your market. You may not need toilet tissue today, but there's a great $2 off coupon for toilet tissue. But you don't need toilet paper right now. The toilet paper coupon, now being the day is the 6th, it may expire, we'll say on the 18th. Sometimes those are longer than it actually is if you were trying to find something in paper. Paper is lasting like a week, 7 to 10 days if you get it that far. So why not just clip every coupon? You know, it may come to a point that later on you're doing your groceries and you're like, I don't know what I need. I don't need cereal right now. But that cereal coupon, again, could be stuck in there already, because if you don't clip it in a timely manner, it does disappear. Yeah. So why not do it then? No offense. We like mommy time. I don't know. My mommy time is in the restroom. I have to hide, shut a door. I will sit right there. Click, 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 click. Oh, might get excited. Might get excited. Oh, click, click, click.
Don't tell me you're still hiding from your kids and they in their 20s.
Honey, please.
Yeah.
You're supposed to get, I need hope. Y'all supposed to be giving me
The
hope.
hope is that they have a job and your timings don't match. That's the hope. That is
My
the
daughter
great-
sent me a TikTok today about hiding from her. And she was like, I don't care, right? I'm going to walk into the bathroom. And I was like, I know. This is why it doesn't matter.
Girl, right? That's why I said, I don't know if your mommy time is the bathroom, but it sure enough is mine. It's mine. Yes, as old as they are, it's still like, mom. Or they come bust in the room like you see I'm broadcasting. What can I help you with? How can I assist you? Because apparently it's about you.
All right, so we got a question. It
Sure.
says, do you shop once a week or big monthly coupon shopping?
Wow. Well, I do not shop once a week. I refuse to shop once a week.
Right. That's
I say refuse because at that point, I have not planned right. Now it may be. Let me rephrase that. My actual household shopping is not done once a week. It's done maybe every 2 weeks. But there may be little things that you might need. So that's what I said. That's not shopping to me.
Right.
That's picking up a small need. Like, oh, y'all went through milk a little bit faster. That's not a full shopping, expense. So you go get you a gallon of milk and you come out of there, or whatever your one-time need is. But no, I try to plan every 2 weeks to do my shopping, whether it be meat shopping, find yourself a butcher if you can, because most of the time they're cheaper now, if your area has one. And then, you got to know where you get things. Like I realized my juice for the household and the water is better at Walmart than it is any supermarket. So if you need, plus we here in Philly, which is amazing, we have a beverage tax. So if we don't buy a beverage tax, so if you buy something that's 100% juice, we get taxed per gram of sugar.
What?
Be blessed the way you live. That's all I can say. Be blessed.
I've never heard that before.
Don't come to Philly and be thirsty, because you're gonna get hit with
So is it like a health initiative? Like to okay.
It's supposed to. Like, we are not the fattest city in Philadelphia, but we're supposed to. It's really irritating, because what happens is, like, you may not be paying. Say you're trying to buy your child, I don't know, a Happy Meal from McDonald's. Say it's already $4. You only have a $5. Majority they've taken up with just your regular food tax, and then they hit you with a surcharge under that because you bought your child a soda, or you bought your child, tea, because the tea that they serve at McDonald's has sugar in it. So they charge you for the ounce of cup, and then you get hit with that tax too. Yeah, that's another sorrowful story. Yeah. That's another sorrowful story later.
That's different. Now that I've never heard.
That's why I said don't come to Philly and be thirsty. most people, we shop on the outskirts, like that one block over where you're safe, and then you can buy whatever you need. But no, in all seriousness, figure out where your bulk items come from and where it will be cheaper from.
Okay, so like speaking of bulk items, do you do any of the what are they called? Big box stores,
Like a
BJ,
Costco or
Costco.
no. But if I did, I would do BJ's. Why you frown like that, Sam?
Why BJ's?
Because they offer coupons.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
They
Costco has coupons.
they only take theirs.
Oh, well.
Yeah, BJ's produces their own, and they also allow you to match with the manufacturer.
Oh, okay.
So if you happen to find you a whole paper coupon, I'd use toilet tissue because it's a household item that everyone needs. So if BJ's happens to have a coupon for toilet tissue, you can see on the title.
Somebody in there.
That's my twin. So
Somebody in there. Wait, okay, go ahead.
yeah, we same date, different year.
Right.
So at that point, it's basically is written on their coupons. You can actually use a manufacturer's coupon with their actual coupon. So if BJ's is giving you $2 off on some Bounty paper towels, and you happen to have $1 off on a Bounty paper towel, you can use all of it to get $3 off.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I got you.
So a few years ago, I tried out a little bit of couponing under like the guidance of a person that was like telling me what to do and what to clip and like where to go and all that kind of stuff.
Awesome.
I did pretty good with it for the time period, but it became kind of like an obsessive thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I don't have this kind of time to like dedicate to like actually doing this and then actually taking the shopping runs. But I just found on my Facebook page, I just put in the word coupon to see if I could find any of the posts that I had. And I went shopping the first time and I got $69 worth of stuff for $17. And that was like the first run. And then after that, I did it for like a couple of months after that. And I was like coming out where the store was giving me gift cards to come back to the store because based on the coupons and the way she was telling me to run, they ended up owing me money instead of me. So I would like literally walk out not paying nothing. And I can remember at that time that there would be stores and we would do certain runs and they would be so annoyed that my total was zero or that my total was,
with an overage
of $5. And now they had to give me a $5 gift card. And the strategy that she was giving me, and I don't remember it all, was like shop when the store has their double coupon day. So you have a coupon and it's worth double that day. And then something's on sale. So now they owe you money for it. And it was like but like the way that she processed all that, my brain was just like, I don't have time for like, and I wanted to do it, but like the timing was just kind of like, she like, okay, listen, they're selling toothbrushes at Kroger for 99 cents, but we have a 50-cent off coupon, but it's double coupon day on Wednesday. So they're going to owe you, how much ever was left over. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to do this. And we'll go and buy like, how many ever toothbrushes they would let you buy. Because that's something that doesn't go away. And like, you can use them for a long time or whatever. But that was like a lot of work. So I can't imagine like literally working full time, planning this out, mapping it out, and then like actually going shopping enough to be able to like make this that beneficial. That seems like a lot. How do you manage all of that?
Because I don't do it like that anymore.
Okay.
Let's be truthful. Let's take your flashback, right? So when you saw that total down to like darn near nothing, what did you feel?
I was like, yes, let's keep going.
You ran on that rush. You was like, hey girl, let's figure this out again. So I've always been a stickler to, I'm never going to teach you something I don't do. Because I feel as though, and when you said toothbrushes, I laughed inside because, okay, so based off of life, and I even wrote about it in my book. I had people that have taken classes from me that have purchased things that they don't need just so they can have the overage to pay for the other items. Now, the problem is most people don't have a place to release
All that stuff.
all the stuff that they don't need.
Right.
Like I'm blessed to have a church that would take anything because we give to domestic violence and stuff like that. So when I know it's coming, yeah, I'll sit around, I'll do toiletries or whatever I can get on the cheap. Like right now, I'm getting ready to buy, my donation is $20 worth of shampoo and conditioner. So that's actually 48 bottles that I'm getting ready to donate. You know what I mean? So like for me, that's fine. That's my rush. It was nothing to give a $20 bill to that. But the fact that they have so much that they can actually give out.
Right.
But if I bought to get that sale, I had to buy like 10 toothbrushes. Yes, toothbrushes don't go out of style. It's something we definitely we applaud everyone to use. But I'm not buying that many toothbrushes.
Right.
And then you got to find a place to house it. Your dentist will tell you every time you come get a checkup, change your toothbrush. That is the dental rule. Some people change it more frequently than that. But if you're not that person that you change it every 6 months after you're cleaning, and you done bought these 10 toothbrushes. And that's all I have to say about that. I'm never going to teach you anything that I wouldn't do. I mean, the concept is awesome, but there's other items. Like, I'm sure everyone has watched the actual extreme couponing show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not buying $600 or $700 worth of Tic Tacs just so I can have $14 left over to buy my meats. And then I have to kick my kids out of their bedrooms so I have a place to properly store it and sit back and admire all my stockpile and all my laundry detergent. But these kids ain't got no clothes. You get what I'm saying? Like, they don't tell you the real on it. Like, you didn't have a budget. You think you had a budget. You had Catalinas, which are great. You had, maybe we don't do rain checks anymore. It's like so much to it. But I don't need a glorified wall of what I bought, and my kids need shoes and socks. Use those toothbrushes. You'll be using them toothbrushes for everything. You'll be scrubbing the bathroom floor, scrubbing your stove. Oh, the tires on the car dirty. You be trying to figure it out. But I don't want to. I never teach it. I don't do it. I don't purchase anything that we're really not going to use. Within a respectable amount of time. Let me state it that way.
He's so annoying.
He needs a nap.
All right. Listen, if I ever, like, I've always been fascinated with it. Like, I will say that, but I've never like learned how to do it. And then when, like, even with the movie, they seemed a little obsessed with it. Like, yeah, I can't. I'm like some people have like obsessive personalities. So, like, some of these things are like, yeah, I don't. But if I could go to the store and leave with a basket full of my groceries and, pay less than half of what I anticipated, I'm willing to give it a try.
Take the small wins. You said your children eat cereal. Mm-hmm. Take the small wins. Start with cereal. Figure out. I'm gonna give y'all. Let me see myself. So there's a website called SundaySavers.com, right? Pull it up.
SundaySavers.com. Okay.
Hold on, please. All right, Sunday.
Oh, there's a whole lot of stuff up here.
No, it's just stores.
Yeah, all these stores are the coupons in this?
No.
Oh, okay.
But that is like your Bible of not having to, how Sinead was saying that she went from this store to that store to this store to this store. Mm-hmm. This is your one-stop shopping.
What do you mean?
Okay, so you have Publix.
Mm-hmm.
I don't live nowhere near Publix. I'm not going on Publix.com. I'm gonna go on this app and I'm gonna look at everything Publix has to offer.
Oh,
So
look
say
at
you
that.
so say you wanted to go and get apple juice. Instead of you going from store to store to store, or you just figuring up this is like 5 minutes away, maybe
Mm-hmm.
you can make a strategic run to, we'll say, Walmart. Be like, we got to get this, that, and the third. Maybe we can get it all at Walmart instead of going to this store, to that store, to this store, to that store. And then if everything is in your look. I'm looking at the list. I'm looking at the flyer view.
Right.
Sometimes you get the week before and the week after.
Oh,
Like,
wow, that's cool.
yep, I'm looking at y'all got Doritos 2 for $7.
Right.
Sliders, like the same stuff that you would get at your house, I will never get at my house. So, like, y'all don't have a ShopRite, but you can see what you could talk about that beverage tax. You can go to ShopRite and see all about that beverage tax. It's a little blue dot that makes you mad every time you see something. But I digress. But that's one of those things you can see all your stores right there at your fingertips. And some of them do, once you actually, if you don't have the app for the store and you realize it's near you and it has something, download the app. If your phone has enough space, or your tablet, or even do it on your desktop, do it that way.
Okay.
But I say start small. Start with something small.
I am. You know what? I'm preparing.
You got this.
To do my monthly shopping, because typically I do like once a month, and then they drink milk, so he always has to pick up milk or something. Mm-hmm. So yeah, like little stuff, but
sorry.
I am definitely gonna
wait. Y'all have Storm Essentials?
What is it? Milk, bread, eggs,
peanut butter and jelly. That's a classic. That ain't no essentials. That's life.
Oh.
So they telling you need chicken breast. Now you see how it says 100% fruit juice? Good grief. Anything to get us ready. I guess because of down south. I have family members in South Carolina.
Let's do it. 102 questions for everyone. Okay.
Merry Christmas early. At least you know what you're getting.
You're right. At this rate, we would definitely have to start giving them out just to random people.
Or you do like they did in the thing. You get your nice little storage container and label on the side toothbrushes.
Yeah, but them storage containers, they have like a mind of their own. You start with one, and it seems like they multiply and they reproduce, and before you know it, you got storage tubs everywhere full of stuff. And if your name is Anthony Walker, it'll be stuff.
That's my twin. That's why we don't do that. You have to get restraint.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You have to have restraint.
He's gonna work on it. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna I want to get the book, so see if it kind of help me out, because I might need couponing for short yellow bus riders, because I need to ease into this. But I'm definitely interested. Listen, my first trip to the grocery store, I'm gonna make sure that I put it on Facebook and I tag you. And if it's a bad experience, just know I'm still tagging you.
That's fine. I only told you start slow. I said cereal. I didn't tell you the whole shopping trip. Don't try to blame that on me. You gonna sell me my name? I said cereal, lady.
Let me tell you something. You know what's so funny? My daughter is the coupon fanatic. Like,
good.
She not with like too many things, but like when the circular come, she wants all the coupons for every food place, even stuff they don't even really want to eat. Like my son's like, "Oh, let's go here." Nuh-uh, I got a coupon for Chick-fil-A. That's where she's
my spirit animal.
Yeah. She is the worst already. Like,
put them to work. If y'all have people in your house, put them to work. Let me explain to y'all. I believe in child labor laws when it's to that extent. My kids, no, seriously, I used to have a gentleman that I was affiliated with when I did when I first started in 2016. He was a patient of mine. He worked for the local newspaper. So, you talk about being in heaven? Oh, glory. Like, he would come in, I'm working. It was like some drug transaction. Yo, meet me in the back when you're done. And that's how it went. You know what I mean? I would give him toilet tissue, paper towels, laundry detergent, whatever. It was never a cash transaction. It was supply for supply.
Wow.
So I was fueling his house and he was fueling my house. You know what I mean? So it would get to a point where it became a lot because I was working and going to school. I put them babies right down. This is how you rip this open. We make piles. This is the proper way that you cut what mommy needs. You use the paper clips, you put it inside the binder, and just let me know when you're done. Use them. That's our problem as mommies. We do everything, but they reap the benefits. So why not use them?
Girl,
Hey,
that's a
let's have
whole
a family.
nother.
Here you go. Here you go. We have a small family meeting. You sit them circulars in front of them. Circle what you would like. You know, give little man one. You circle what you like. There you go, little mama. You circle what you like. AD, you circle what you like. And I'ma sit here. Because he had to work too. He eats. So you gonna sit here and you circle. I'll circle what I like. And so we'll come together as a family. Come together as a family and be like, you know what? That's a little too high. Maybe we can work for this next week. So everybody's involved. Once they get involved, they then feel like they'll become a little bit more responsible of the waste that goes on in the house. So make them accountable. They hated recycling day, but in the most part of it, when they realize they could possibly have a box of cereal of their choice, or be like, I don't know, once a month or once every 2 weeks, they got a chance to pick a snack of choice. That if you run through that snack, that's on you. But you gotta anyway. That's how I did my children. That was their reward for sitting there and cutting coupons and being involved.
I think I already messed up. I didn't spoil my kids. They already get their snack.
There's still nothing wrong with that. My kids still get their snack of choice. They just pay rent. But no, seriously.
Yeah, I am definitely.
They might enjoy it. No, seriously, they might enjoy it because then it becomes a teaching moment.
Right.
Unfortunately, Black families don't really teach their children how to save money.
Right.
So this is one way for them to actually see what mommy and daddy goes through, or just mommy or just daddy, however their household goes, to see what their spending or usage is to make sure that they have. Like I had to explain to my children, when we eat salmon, that's not an everyday meal for everyone. Some people only get that type of meal on occasions, versus where we have budgeted down enough that we can have salmon. Fresh one, not like bagged and frozen. We can go to the seafood area. Some people don't know that life. Some people don't know what that tastes, that taste difference of being able to have, they'll call it a luxury, and you shouldn't teach them that that's a luxury.
Right.
You should teach them that if you've done correctly, you've done your budget correctly, this is something that you're able to have. Because once you tell them, oh, you can't have that because that's a luxury, you already teaching them that they can lack.
All right.
And you close their mind down to wanting to broaden out or be able to try something different, or their taste or things like that. So that's another story for a different day. I taught about the words that we speak also over our finances and how it looks to our family. But generational wealth it can definitely start like this. So sit them down, talk about the circulars, let them. Like right now, crab legs is $8.99 a pound.
Really? Because they $14.99 here.
But that's what I'm saying. But they would have to understand.
I mean,
that's like for us. That's now a sale because at one point we were paying $14.99 if we wanted them.
Gotcha.
So it becomes, you guys will sit with your families and figure out what's what and how you want to do it. But definitely get them involved. Get them involved.
Well, listen, I'm definitely gonna give it a try. I appreciate the time. We got some things coming up. I'm always cooking. I'm always hosting. So, this actually might be a good thing for us to give it a try. So I appreciate your time. To the viewers, replay when you watch this, we're always talking about community and being there for one another and building a community. This is one of those tools that you can use to build a community, to strengthen your community. I know people don't borrow sugar anymore. They don't knock at your door and ask for sugar. At least I hope not. But this is one of the things you can teach a neighbor, teach a friend, teach a sister. I think it's a great tool, used properly, of course.
Yeah.
And with discipline, it's one of those things that you kind of have to be disciplined to do, but it's something to give a try. Listen, there's never no harm in saving some money. Especially, having a family, there are always, always, always other places that your dollars could go. So hopefully you learned something informative and you'll give it a try, because I'm gonna give it a try and I'm gonna keep y'all posted. Now, if y'all ever see me in the grocery store and there's steam coming out my ears, just pat me on the back and keep on rolling. I'll be all right. So we are on here every Thursday at 8 p.m. We'll be back next week with another topic, another show. So until then, stay safe.